Welcome back to the official GeekSpeak podcast. I'm your host, Sean, and joined as always is my co-host, Josh Winion Rudy Rudolph. This is the podcast where we watch movies, make movies, play games, and more. What else can you ask for? I know, more frequent episodes, like we said before, but it's okay. Josh, do you know what a Winion is?
A Winion? I'm assuming it's a play on the word minion, but I win, but I am still subservient to you.
Minion is correct, but a minion of the wind. This is for Epic the Musical fans out there, because it ties into later on we have Odyssey news. I thought I'd reference the musical Epic, which is based on the Odyssey. Little fun tie-ins to future news today.
I still need to actually read the Odyssey, but I'm also now I'm also now tempted to just listen to that and have that be my only source of information on it.
Just Epic.
Only that. Nothing else.
That's still great. It's still fantastic. Like, genuinely addictive to listen to. Also, they have like full like animatics you can watch on YouTube for story-wise as well. If it helps, like for the visuals, because that always helps when there's no script for it, because it's just the music.
Yeah.
Anyway, Josh, we have lots of news today. We've last recorded on February 23rd, but luckily it's only like 3.5 weeks because that was a short month, so it helps for us. But we are recording today on the second day of spring, the 21st.
Woo!
And my fiance's father's birthday. So that's pretty cool. Happy birthday, Mr. I shouldn't say the last name on here because that's not great for, privacy reasons. But happy birthday. We actually have, starting out though, we have some sad news. We have some problematic news today as well.
Oh boy.
As a lot of fun news overall though. And some news that will be questionable to talk about in general because oh boy.
Great.
We're gonna have fun. And then of course our main topic is on Mickey 17. Although a lot of good movies and TV shows have come out in the past 2 weeks already.
Yep.
We the past 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks, we've got a Novocaine, Black Bag, Drop, The Monkey, Electric State, Looney Tunes, what's it called? Or the alien thing?
Day the Earth blew up.
That's the one. Snow White, Daredevil, Born Again, which I've not seen yet, but
loser.
Josh is hyped for. I am the most loser. I am the biggest loser, but not the TV show, because that show is pretty actual problematic as well, with just shaming fat people for hours. Not a great show. But let's talk today about the sad news first and get out of the way, because it is very sad. Before the Oscars happened, we had two tragic losses in Michelle Trachtenberg and Gene Hackman.
Yep.
And I have not seen Gene Hackman on anything besides Superman, honestly. He was before my era of acting. But this is not he did live tonight, be 95 years old. To my knowledge, he had Alzheimer's as well, and his partner was his caregiver, and she died before he did, which makes it extra tragic. He had a week of his life just in confusion, most likely. And I cannot imagine what that's like. That's terrifying. And that's just really awful to talk about. And what's also worse is both Michelle Trachtenberg and also Tony Todd from last year were not in the in memoriam at the Oscars.
So bizarre.
It is very weird. The Tony Todd was especially weird because that was a while ago.
Yeah.
It was I guess for Michelle maybe it was already made and maybe too soon for them to just add it, I guess was their excuse. But the Tony Todd one was very weird. But I also have not seen Michelle in a ton of things. My fiance has seen her in a lot. And she, to my knowledge, is in at least one DCOM. She's in a few DCOMs, I think. But she's also in Buffy the Vampire. Oh, she's in 17 again with Zac Efron. She's also in Ice Princess, Euro Trip, Gossip Girl, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She's been in a ton of stuff. A lot of TV for a long time. And it's truly messed up that she passed. And for as young as she was as well. She died at 39 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, it's another reason to just go out and live life to the fullest, because you never know what's going to happen to you, But let's talk about those Oscars, though, that just happened. Because overall, I'm happy with most of what happened. Yeah. F you, Amelia Perez, I guess the movie, not a good movie. And the awards it won were crazy. I will say the best song, and I started singing Amelia, hilarious. The same woman who sings the Ratatouille theme.
Yeah, I saw that, but it was so funny when they started singing one of the songs and the people at the Oscars were just like, play them off, get them off the stage.
Most awkward and also funny moment, though, is definitely Adrian Brody's speech, for sure. Hold on, let me be brief. Longest Oscar speech in history. And it's the same speech he gave 20 years ago.
And it's so funny because that just means so wait, they could just ask for them to stop playing and they'll stop playing? Everyone could have done this for so long?
They don't do it for everyone, unfortunately. There's people who, there's a composer who very, very clearly was nervous and trying to be to say everything he needed to say, but played off almost immediately. Guys, come on. Don't do this only for actors. Let people talk.
Yeah.
Although I do love it at the SAG Awards or SAG or Golden Globes when Kieran's like 45 seconds, Adrian. That's what we get. Also, the SAG Awards also happen between episodes here, and I want to mention that Timothy Chalamet's speech was phenomenal to me. He's like, "I'm striving for greatness. I'm going to be one of the greats." Like bringing up athletes and they're top of their prime and saying that's what he's going for. I think was really really powerful to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool. But for the Oscars themselves, anything you want to talk about specifically?
That's a great question. Let me quickly look up.
I like Mikey Madison's win overall.
Yeah.
I really wanted Fernando Torres to win, though. I'm Still Here is phenomenal. Have you seen it yet?
No, not yet.
This is the first year ever I've seen every Best Picture nominee before it happened, which I'm very proud of myself for that.
I think I saw all of last year's.
You saw Maestro?
Yeah, it was on Netflix. I actually
Oh,
saw
that's
it.
right, I heard
No,
it
I
was on
saw it
Netflix.
in theaters.
Oh, that's cool. Was it fun? I actually never saw it, so.
I mean, yeah, it was fun. It's very sad, but I think we probably talked about this last year. But I think that it's really showing
Probably.
Bradley
Been a
Cooper's.
year.
But it really showcases Bradley Cooper's strengths as a director, especially like how much he wants to keep elevating himself and when it comes to like the visuals and stuff. I don't think it's as strong narrative wise as A Star Is Born, but I think it's still very good. But yeah,
I think that two of the acting nominations, both the supporting roles, were actually lead roles in my opinion.
Kieran
I think
and
Zoe.
who else?
Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana. She's the protagonist. She is the opener, closer. That's the main character.
It's so weird that like they could just say like, oh yeah, this is a supporting role, and it's just like they're clearly the co-leads of the movie. It's so strange.
If not the main lead. Like, I think that because it's her point of view the entire time. And then also with Kieran, don't we also open with him as well? And we're follow it's his journey. We open and close with him as well.
He's in the first like scene / shot, but he doesn't like really say or do anything. And then we're technically following Jesse through the movie, but it really is Kieran's story.
I can see it going both ways. I think it's still a lead performance, honestly.
It's definitely a co-lead performance in my eyes.
Phenomenal job for Kieran.
Oh yeah.
People also got mad at his speech for thinking it was like misogynist or something. Like, I don't think it is, honestly. I think he was just having an inside joke with his wife, personally.
It clearly was a big joke. Like, the man has also, like, he's very clearly, like, humble and, like, very sarcastic when it comes to his speeches and stuff.
And the way he talks about, he seems like the defender at any turn. Also, I loved overall the night as a whole. I thought there wasn't as many upsets as I thought it might be for some things. I'm kind of glad about that. A Nora sweep kind of surprised me a little bit.
It honestly did kind of surprise me, but I'm here for it. And I'm very curious if like all the controversy that happened with Amelia Perez after the Golden Globes, I'm really curious how much that affected its chances for winning. I'm really curious.
Also, I don't know what my line is for best acting for like Adrian Brody still about AI, because it was not generative AI to my knowledge. It was only like machine learning to help adjust things, basically autotune to help fix an accident in one line, one scene.
It's one of those things that like that's more so like it's the big problem with AI stuff right now. It's like a lot of it that's not generative is technically stuff that has been used for a while now, but now they're just trying to be cool, just try to be cool and hip by throwing AI in front of it. It's like yes and no. It's very weird.
Also, blaming the actor for his performance and just kind of the whole thing when like he didn't ask to use AI. It's kind of crazy too.
Yeah, and also like it's impossible to ask him to learn an entire language, like and way of speaking. Like realistically, he just learned how to speak the lines that he was supposed to say. And again, like it's not exactly easy to learn how to do that stuff and make it sound good.
Now, I'm gonna give overall the Oscars a yay overall. I think it was an overall good night, I'll say.
Yeah, I think like the only like frustrating ones for me was Amelia Perez. Like, and this isn't any shade at Zoe. I don't blame her for it. I think that she was doing a fine job, but it's not a good role. And I think
I blame her for her response to the controversy afterwards.
Yeah, a bit odd to say the least.
This isn't me hating. I think it could have been handled better.
And it's just a case of like she was put in a very awkward position for all of that. And it's just like, all right, cool. We gotta deal with this head on.
Like, how are you not given talking points about it? Like, I just don't understand.
It's a great question.
But let's move on to, I think, our most weird and problematic news today.
Oh boy.
I would call the Ezra update of today.
There's another one? What happened?
No, it's not Ezra.
Who's the Ezra of this?
This Jonathan Majors update today.
Oh no, I know what this is.
John Majors has admitted to strangling his ex-girlfriend in newly unearthed audio, saying, "I aggressed you," from Majors. And his ex said, "You strangled me and pushed me against the car." And he said, "Yes, all those things are under aggressed." Yeah. Which is, first off, downplaying abuse as aggressed is crazy to me.
It's just like, yeah, like I did that horrible thing and I hurt you badly, but like it wasn't like it was only aggressive. It's just like that's not better, my guy.
Also, Michael B. Jordan has said he wants to do Creed 4 with him.
I really but I saw that was right before the audio got
Yes, it
revealed.
was.
So I really hope that I really fucking hope that he goes back on that, because if Creed 4 gets announced and Jonathan Majors is announced, nah, I ain't supporting that.
Why is he getting interviews still? Like, he's getting all this press still.
Because his movie Magazine Dreams was supposed to come out like a year or so ago, but like once all that stuff came out, it got because I think Fox was supposed to release it. Then that stuff came out, and so they were just like, we ain't gonna touch this movie. So it's just been lingering in limbo for so long, and I think some indie distributor picked it up, and like it's getting released this weekend. Not like in a huge release, but that's why he's been getting a lot of press lately, is for that.
Gotcha. I'm gonna move on though to we got a news update. A neutral nay. I don't have a yay or a nay to get that thing. It's just like I'm letting you all know what happened there, and it pertains to our content in general here. So moving on from that though, let's talk about Shrek 5 teaser, and I'm gonna say one thing about this before you go on your tirade. I think generally speaking, it's not as bad as everyone says it is. It also, people are mad about the whole TikTokification. That's what Shrek always is.
Yeah, like I'm not mad about Yeah, I'm not mad about them making fun of that. Like I expect them to like do that. It's just the difference of the looks is very stark. Like it's obviously like the tech has obviously been made a lot better since the first Shrek. And like I understand them wanting to update the looks to a certain degree, but I feel like that they don't look as ugly as they should. And I'm talking about everyone. Like it feels like that they made them like too polished. It's just like, I don't know. It's a very weird thing to explain.
His head's it's a cone-shaped head now.
It's very odd.
I think my biggest thing with this is it's clearly matching the Puss in Boots style movie more. That's what they're going for here. And matching the human style more. Because if you look at the humans in those movies, they're no longer the NPC-ish type they would look like in the old Shrek movies. They look much more unique in each style of person. And this is matching that vibe more. And I get that. It's also been, 10 and 15 years since the last movie for Shrek. So there's a good chance they might not even have the models properly anymore. They might just have to start from scratch. We don't know how everything was.
Yeah.
Because a lot can change in a studio and a household for 15 years. If you also thought Shrek 4 was the last one forever, because it's called Forever After, you might have thought, oh, we're done. We can actually purge these files finally. And then, oh, shit, doing another one. Let's just make more, I guess. And they might start over with the new technology. We don't know what the situation was. I am tentatively excited. I don't know why we only see Felicia, I think the character's name is, the kid. We only see one of them out of the 3 kids.
Because they're played by Zendaya. That's the only reason.
Also, she's a trans queen because the eyes are different color now.
That's
Have you noticed that?
When people point that out, I'm just like, how does, like, A, why are people fixating on that kind of stuff? And B, how do you forget, like, what characters' eyes color were before?
Because it's also, like, there's only 3 of them. The boys had one color eye, the girl had one color eye. That's all it was.
It's so strange.
But overall, actually, I'll give us a yay. Maybe a contrarian who gives one a yay for everyone, because everyone is pissing on it way too much. Even the donkey at Universal Hollywood, where we work, said, y'all see the new trailer? Looks rough. Donkey looks homeless. And it was great. Like, that's pretty funny. And then Donkey asked Fiona, you seen your kid? She's like 15 now. We all look worse. I'm like okay.
That's great. I'm going to give it a tentative yay, because, like, I don't know where I really stand on the series continuing.
No, that's fair. That's very fair.
And then, like, as the designs go, I'll wait until I see, like, more of it, because this is only a very short teaser.
People comparing it to Sonic, I think, are very wrong.
Oh, very wrong. Like, it's still clearly Shrek, but, like, it's just, like, it's a bit different.
Also, like, it's not a different design. The style is mostly, like, it's not, like, a major change. He changed his clothes and looks a little different. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
The biggest issue, honestly, is his eyes are too close in. If you make it a little farther apart again, he's much better looking.
Yeah.
Let's talk about another trailer in the animated-ish world, and that's Lilo and Stitch. And here's the thing about this one. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not. Josh and I are not big on the live-action remakes in general.
No.
But this one, the hijinks clearly are different scenes, at least, than the original ones, which helps. It means at least there are some differences. Biggest problem with this one, though, to me, besides the people are saying that the Nani being painted browner is interesting to me, but I'm not going to talk. I'm not. We are too white to touch on the Native Hawaiian discourse on that
Yep.
part of it, of the racial casting and colors in there. I only bring up the one with John Majors before because that's everyone's talking about completely. But let's talk about this for now. One thing, and that is about the Native Hawaiian thing and the tourism aspect, because that seems to be erased here a bit. Because the original one had a lot of commentary on Native Hawaiian tourism. That actually is a very large issue, still very prevalent right now, and the objectification of the people and the place. And in the original one, Lilo kind of took it back on them by taking pictures of white tourists and just hanging on a wall. In this one, they changed the ice cream guy to a Native Hawaiian, which would normally be a great thing. But making it not just the fat white tourist kind of changes actual plot that makes sense. The one time the one guy that needs to stay white isn't white here. And it's a little, you saw it too, Josh, right?
Yeah, I did notice it, like, when people, like, started, like, posting about it. I was just like, huh.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And I really hope that they don't erase that part of the story for Lilo. I think it's actually really poignant. I think they might erase it because we're in a Trump era right now, and things are not always looking great for progress and commentary and that kind of things.
Yeah.
And Disney is not the best at always being on the threshold of greatness sometimes.
Nope.
So we will see how that goes. This trailer overall, I'll give a yay for one goddamn reason, and Lilo actress is killing it.
Oh, yeah, she's killing it.
I'm on board with her. I want to support her career. She's doing great.
I'm going to give it a tentative yay again because I love Lilo and Stitch, and
It's a fun movie.
It's so good. It's one of Disney's best.
It's so sad too.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, man. It's so sad. So I'm very curious to see how they do that stuff, but I'll give it a tentative yay for Zach Galifianakis as Jumba, and then Billy, what's his face?
Oh, also, Bleakley annoys me. Why is he not in drag?
Yes, I really hope that he does appear in drag, because if not, then what's the point?
The whole point of humans having straight man human disguises is lame.
Although I'll give it this, not because I want the drag, but like considering this is live action, it's a lot harder to get away with two very clearly alien looking beings pretending to be human. Like that's a very hard
on the outfits.
Yeah, and like Jumba just had like no, Pleakley has just one big eye. That's not exactly an easy thing to hide.
It is kind of the point. It's the point is that they are bad disguises.
I get that, but that works in a cartoon though, because like you're able to accept that. But then in
Scooby-Doo live action had him wearing a coat and a hat and said, "That's my grandma."
Okay, yes, but
and they allowed it.
But the joke was that everyone could tell it's like that's clearly a dog. But like here, it's like people are supposed to be like, what's wrong with that woman? Like that's kind of the idea. But like again, you see someone clearly with alien features with one big eye on their face, like it's kind of gonna stand out a bit. But yes, make Pleakley a drag queen for the love of Christ. Like God, that's amazing.
Pleakley is our favorite woman in the movie.
Yes.
So let's talk about the Barney movie update.
Every update with this movie keeps getting more fascinating.
Because we knew we were getting a live action A24 movie with Daniel Kaluuya producing a Barney movie. Yep. And I thought it was wild. But now we know it's starring and getting written by Ayo Edebiri.
When I saw that, I'm just like, what is this
starring
movie?
As Barney? I hope.
God, every announcement from this keeps getting more wild. I'm so curious what this movie is going to be like.
I hope it's about the rumors we had as kids, like Barney hiding cigarettes in the table and stuff like that. Like I remember as a kid, there's always wild rumors about Barney all the time.
It's going to be so interesting because Barney isn't going on anymore, right?
To my knowledge, no.
Yeah, so like I don't know like how many actual like children like know of it, like. So I'm very curious in those regards. I'm excited for it. I am insanely curious as to what the hell it's going to be, but I can tell every announcement from this movie is just going to make me more interested.
Also, people forget A24 is not a brand, really. It's just a distributor mostly, so it's not like they have a distributor locked is all it really is.
Yeah, it's like
that's a good thing.
Like, yeah, they're known for making more art house, like, could be like weird psychological, sometimes horror stuff, but they've also been
But they're not making them usually.
Yeah, they're very rarely are they making them, and even if they are, like they made Civil War last year. This year, Materialist, the new romance movie from Celine Song with Pedro Pascal, Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, which is just a rom-com, straight up rom-com, nothing different about it. Like they clearly
Materialists, you said?
Yeah, like they clearly want to do more than just like what their brand, quote unquote, is known for. I don't know. It's weird to keep putting them in this weird bubble.
I'm going to give this a yay. And moving on, you going to be yay as well?
Yeah.
Ready for the Odyssey news?
Sure.
we have 2 new castings. We have Ryan Hurst as well as Cosmo Jarvis, who I don't think I've seen them in either of them in anything. But you know what? Whatever. This movie's I'm stacked. I'm happy. This casting has me I think it's either going to be phenomenal or terrible, and I'm on board either way. I think one thing here. I think besides the glaring historical inaccuracies to every detail so far, the ships, the costumes, the weapons, everything seems wrong so far. But I think the casting's pretty on point in general, as well as it'll be Nolan directing, which will be fun.
I'm someone that isn't always like the most anal about like, oh, this isn't like the most historically accurate thing ever. This is trash. Like, I get why historians can get mad at that, and I also understand some circumstances for it. But like, I will allow artistic.
But why are they in Norse ships?
Because Norse ships look cool. There you go. That's the
so
reason.
So does the Greek ships. Okay, the Mycenaean ships.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but like people act like, oh, he's making something inaccurate. I'm just like, this is Nolan. The man thinks a lot about a lot of things. It's not like this was just an afterthought for him. Like there was a clear conscious choice as to why.
If this is his first movie where his only rule is the rule of cool, I'm also on board with that.
Yeah, like again, he might be going with the Tenet rule of just vibing out. Like that might be what this is, and I'm happy for that.
Okay, but we also have tentative, looks like leaked actual casting roles announced, which is pretty much what people predicted. Besides Matt Damon as Odysseus, Tom Holland as Telemachus, which is the son, which doesn't make sense because I thought I saw an image of both of them on a boat together at one point.
I have no idea.
Odysseus left when Telemachus was an infant, so that would not make sense.
The image I'm seeing on the boat right now just seems to have Tom, Nolan, what looks like Alec Guinness.
It wasn't that.
Even though Alec Guinness is dead.
There's another image. I don't know which it was, but I might be wrong. Then also Zendaya as Athena, which also in the Odyssey is very interesting because Athena ended up mentoring both Telemachus and Odysseus at different times and kind of just like ends up watching over Telemachus and helping them like train and learn and find information. Zendaya as Athena, Charlize Theron as Cersei, which is amazing because Josh, you don't know the story of the Odyssey, right?
I only know like the general idea of it, but I don't know the specifics.
Cersei turns men into pigs and eats them.
I am so goddamn curious how Nolan's gonna do this.
We don't always see. I don't always see the eating, but she will turning them into pigs is very important to the plot. We got some Spirited Away going on here.
What if she turns Robert Pattinson into a pig man?
If he's like Eurylochus, it would make sense. Not Eurylochus. What's his face? I remember. I'm forgetting a lot of people in the crew right now. His crew is 600 men. That helps. Odysseus. So not for the whole thing. We do lose some people.
No.
Anne Hathaway's Penelope, which is really cool, wife of Odysseus, and also is someone who is so fucking badass. There's many suitors over the years because your husband's been gone at war for 20 years. Like he might be dead, might be fucking dead. But she's like, no, I'm not gonna date anyone. This is my kingdom. I'll wait for him. And on top of that, any suitor who comes near the end of the story, she ends up challenging them, saying, "Okay, if you can string my husband's bow and shoot it through 12 axes, you get to be the king." She sits on the other end of the 12 axes. In the original story. It's like, if you do it, you also have to kill me too. And you don't get anything. But also on top of that, stringing his bow is a palatonus bow, meaning you have to string it, bend it all the way backwards first. And Odysseus is a quarter god. He had to have the bow is built for the insane levels of human strength. So no one physically can do it besides him. So that's a fun thing there. And Benny Safdie is Agamemnon, which is one of the also lead members, I think, of a crew. I think, or he was at war with him as well. Also, it's a whole different Greek play called Agamemnon. And Lupita Nyong'o as Clytemnestra, who's also, I think, Agamemnon's wife, who does not have a big part in the story, like a very small part in the Odyssey, to my knowledge. So fascinating to cast Lupita Nyong'o as like that and not like a Calypso or an Aphrodite or something. Fascinating. But casting stuff, I know you're very vague on the knowledge of this, but what I said sound interesting to you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I definitely plan on actually reading the Odyssey before like this happens because I don't think we actually read it in school. So like yeah, it's definitely like on the list of things I need to read. You know the words. I'm tired.
I really would love it though if Rob Pattinson is either playing Polyphemus, which is the Cyclops who has the fun interaction with Odysseus and the crew. Oh, and he ends up getting eye gone. Because naturally it's a Cyclops. You have to lose an eye.
Of course.
Or have him play Eurylochus, which is like the right-hand man for a lot of the journey. And I think that'd be so much fun because he has to be constantly angry at Odysseus for making stupid choices and also make the dumbest choice opening the windbag I have. Okay, yeah, I'm on board with all this. But let's talk about more Greek stuff, Josh. Percy Jackson news. 2 newses.
2?
We get season 2 comes out in December.
God,
They've
isn't it
already
like
been renewed for season 3.
did season 2 come out? Season 1 came out in 23, right?
I think so.
Okay,
But they're shooting season 2 almost immediately though,
gotcha.
and they're already shooting season 3 very soon because like
Okay.
they're making like, hey, these kids are getting older. Let's go.
Yeah, because they realize like, oh, Walker grew up fast. We gotta lock this.
Also, the volume is gone.
Thank God.
Season 2 has no volume to my knowledge.
It's very disappointing to see the volume isn't really being used anymore because like that was a pretty cool piece of tech, but also nobody was using it correctly.
It works for I don't think it works for a whole grand scale adventure show necessarily when you're a bunch of different locations and things that should be physical locations.
Yeah.
Like the Percy Jackson show, I think was definitely hurt by the fact that they didn't have as many real sets. Then that show should have had a lot more real sets.
Mm.
It was so gray. Why was everything gray?
That's in general for movies and shows. Like, why people like color is a thing. You're allowed to do it, and don't make the excuse that we shoot digitally. It's like, my God, the John Wick movies are shot digitally and they're full of color. Like, that's just stop using that excuse.
Yay on this.
I'll give it a yay. I'm excited. I still need to finish season 1, but I liked what I saw season 1.
It's also that means it'll be the first time we're having the Titan's Curse book adapted at all because the movie never got that. Third book.
Oh yeah, that's right. I actually greatly prefer this Sea of Monsters movie over The Lightning Thief.
Well, the Sea of Monsters book outside movie is also kind of the Odyssey journey a little bit. They take a lot more cues from that. But let's talk about The Last of Us.
Yay!
2 things. First thing is no more Last of Us. Neil Druckmann says Last of Us Part 3 might not happen. He says, I guess the only thing I would say is don't bet on it. There being more Last of Us. This could be it.
I'm fine with that. I will only accept a part 3 if they have a story they want to tell, and if they don't have one, then don't make it.
And then we have a Last of Us Season 2 teaser and a poster.
Yay!
Josh, take it away.
So it makes Josh happy. It makes Josh a happy camper.
That's it.
As for those that don't know, Last of Us Part 2 is my favorite game of all time. So just the
Which
fact...
is a controversial take.
It's a stupid controversial take. It shouldn't be. I can understand there's some reasons like why the game might not jive for you, but if you hate it because there's trans characters and that there's a woman that has muscles in it, you're an idiot.
That's fine. I know people who don't like it because they don't like the story or choices. That's all.
Yeah, like I can understand if you're coming at it from a critical perspective why the narrative might not work for you. I can understand that, and like I think that also shows the emotions of what the game is doing clearly is affecting you the way that it should be. But it's also there's a great video that kind of broke down what the story did, and I think they bookended it with just like you may have like succeeded at part of what the emotions are, but you didn't fully grow as the main character did. And I'm keeping it as vague as I can without spoiling things, but that seems to be how it. For people that aren't, transphobes, homophobic and stuff like that, that seems to be what it is. But yeah, this just it looks so good. Makes me so happy, and I'm very curious just of the additions that they're going to have and how much they're going to change because it's going to be split at least into 2 seasons.
Season 3.
Yeah.
And maybe a 4th,
That might be overkill. I'm going to say that might be overkill because the way it's structured can fit 2 seasons very well. 3 seasons, you're pushing it.
Yeah, on this teaser, Josh, and poster.
Very much.
People are happy that Ellie does not look 14 anymore. Like, yeah, because she's actually an adult human being.
Yeah, like she was 19 when they filmed it, so that's also the age of Ellie in the game. Woo, crazy.
And like, yeah, it's crazy how the long hair and tattoos and like the style changing helps age up a character and the attitude, like, demeanor. It's like that's what acting is. People are still mad at the casting though, like which I think is so stupid. It's like you watch this one? They both did a great job.
Yeah, like Bella Ramsey is fantastic. Like obviously, like Ashley Johnson, makes the character her own in the game, but also I would say Bella Ramsey does too. They both like it's a thing that complements each other, same as Troy Baker and Pedro's performance.
Let's talk briefly though. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine.
Talk, briefly though about Scream 7.
I think I know what this is about, and this is so stupid.
I think it's 2 because I don't know if it was said last time or not, but we have Matthew Lillard coming back, as well as David Arquette now. And
this is a cry of desperation.
Without spoiling previous movies, I don't want either of them to come back.
I don't want this movie to exist at this point because this screams desperation.
What should have happened is a very, very, very public apology to both Melissa and Jenna.
But that would be Spyglass having to admit they were wrong, and they're not going to do that.
Right. And then they should make actual active change to saying that Palestinians, are the ones being genocided, and this is a problem happening, and it would still look bad no matter what they did happen. Because it also should have happened a long time ago. They should never fire Melissa in the first place.
No.
It's a mess. I was so mad when I saw Hard Eyes and saw the Spyglass logo because I had no idea it was Spyglass.
Same.
But also, it's Josh Rubin who from Dropout, so I wanted to see that so badly.
It's so funny that you knew him from Dropout. I just knew him from Werewolves Within, and I think that's so funny. And I didn't even clock
but you've
that.
seen him on Dropout.
I know. I didn't clock that until you told me that, and that's so funny to me.
Let's talk about, though, the nay I'm going to give this so hard. David Arquette does not... Also, everyone coming back, I'm mad at everyone who is coming back for this.
Yeah, it's so strange, because, like, I get that there are
they aware?
There are definitely celebrities that are, like, very much offline. I think Scarlett Johansson talked about how she still doesn't have social media. Like, she refuses to get it.
Yeah, she keeps being pressured to and doesn't want to have it, yeah.
And, like, I fully believe there are celebrities out there that just don't know, like, of what could be going on. And, like, I get that. I'm trying to stay offline as much as I can, just for my own mental sanity. But, like, even I can't avoid some stuff. Yeah, and...
I just send you everything.
That's true. But it's just... At this point, it's just like, why? Yeah, this is a very big nay. Like, and skip ahead for people that don't like spoilers, because I have to just say how stupid some of this is. Like,
there's timestamps down below. You can skip and find what you want to watch.
Yeah.
Listen to.
Okay. Why is her
They're both dead.
They're both very dead. Like, you can maybe make the argument. You can maybe make that argument, but even still, he seems quite dead. But then David Arquette's just like, you made such a big point about his death in Scream 5. It seems so bizarre to bring him back. And also, isn't her weird half-brother, like, coming back too, who got shot in the head?
Do not let Scream become Stab.
And that seems to be what it's becoming. It's becoming a parody of itself, and not intentionally.
Because the whole series was always commenting on something in actual horror or media or just the cinema man's landscape. And right now, I don't see where it's coming from.
There's maybe the slim chance they are doing this with actual purpose, and they are satirizing horror movies and franchises that will bring back dead characters that should be dead. But again, this still kind of puts itself in quote-unquote reality to a certain extent. So, like, I don't see how you can get away with this. And, like, again, I don't want to support this movie. I don't want to watch it. So, like, I don't know what's going to happen here. It's so strange.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really affect us. We're not watching it in theaters for sure. I might watch it on a thrifted DVD at Goodwill or something. But that's it. Not giving money to the company. Let's talk here, though, about the next thing, which does not affect you at all, but it does affect what you watch. And we have a supernatural crossover with The Boys now, technically. Because not only is Jensen Ackles, but Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins, who are the three main cast members of the supernatural show, coming into The Boys now.
Nice.
I'm really hoping just as their characters.
That would be so funny.
It's like, what are you doing here? Dean and Sam, I don't know who's who. Jared, Jensen, that you? That'd be really funny.
That'd be great.
But sure, I think it's really hilarious as casting, and it's clearly stunt casting like how Broadway does, but I'm so on board with it.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for it. It's very fun that they can, like, do stuff like this and just have fun with it. You still haven't seen season 4 of The Boys, right?
No.
Well, you should.
I will. You also had to watch a bunch of shows for this podcast, like My Adventures with Superman, Percy Jackson, etc. So don't get on my ass about one show.
Okay, but we didn't say that we were, like, going to do episodes on them. If we did, I would have been.
The Percy Jackson one was a plan at one point.
It was?
Yes.
That's fascinating. I don't remember that.
And you said I'm late to it, and then we had to postpone it. It never happened.
I don't remember that.
Josh forgets a lot.
That is very true.
Well, I'm on board with this, sure.
Yeah.
Ready for 4 pieces of Harry Potter news?
Oh, God. I don't know if I can handle it.
This show is still happening.
Yay.
For better or worse, definitely for worse. I'll talk about first the least weighted part of this. The other 2 pieces of news have weight to them, for better or worse. Janet McTeer is in talks to star as Minerva McGonagall in the Harry Potter series. Sure.
I don't really...
No thoughts.
Yeah, no thoughts.
I know that they can act, but, like, this does not have any problematic weight to this role with his casting specifically. I'm going to get to one in a minute that does.
I think I might know which one that is.
And then the other thing has a quote that's pretty long, I actually want to address. Let's talk about the not as heavy thing yet. And that's with John Lithgow, confirmed he will be playing Dumbledore in the Harry Potter series. And his quote actually made me think a lot about this. And he said, It's going to define me for the last chapter of my life. I'll be about 87 years old at the wrap party, but I've said yes. Which, first off, thinking about your life like that is really interesting.
Yeah.
And like this, like knowing that I've said yes to this show, and that'll be my last thing I'll probably ever do. This is what I'm doing for the next 7 years of my life, 10 years of my life. I'm like, yeah, that's a crazy commitment to do a 10-year deal. Also, John, I hope you do. You might not make it to 87. Human beings in general might not make it 87 years old. That's a big. Dumbledore might not live to the end of 6, which is a problem. But this casting on the surface, I would be fine with. I do think he's too old.
It's a very interesting one. It's not one I ever would have thought of, but I see the mentality of where they're coming
Farquaad's
from.
voice coming out of Dumbledore.
Weirdly enough, I never think of that. Like whenever I see him in anything, I don't know why.
I think of the character from How I Met Your Mother. I'm not gonna say who it is. That actually is a spoiler for the show.
I think I usually think of him in Rise of the Planet of the Apes first, because that was the first. That was the first one I remember seeing him himself in.
You think of the Alzheimer's man first?
Not like it's not like on purpose. It just happens to be what it was.
Oh god, yeah. I think he's a great actor. I do think this is an interesting choice for a career. I do think of him maybe a little less because taking this role in general. But again, it could be the same thing. It could be the exact same scenario.
Yeah.
With talking about with David Arquette and Matthew Lillard. They might just because Matthew Lillard seems like a really good human being.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'd be like, yeah, genocide or firing Melissa for speaking out. I don't think that's what he probably just doesn't know right now. I'm in LA. There are many people here who just do not know shit.
Yeah.
Not as an insult to them, but like just do not. They keep their head in the sand and just keep to their work, or whatever. Like or don't look at the outside world at that large scale all the time. They do a lot, but not always. Not everyone.
Yeah.
And if they do, they're not like they might look at the actual world events, but not like this person was fired for this because of this or whatever. That's not. That is a very social media thing.
Yeah.
But same with the J.K. Rowling stuff. I feel like at this point, it's pretty apparent. It's pretty known.
Like you should know something or have heard something about it.
Or have someone advise you, maybe not. Have someone in your ear saying, just don't touch this one.
But that could also be like part of why he, said this, because like he also realized like there's only so many roles that can go to someone his age, and like if he's fine with this being the last like major one of his career, I can see where he's coming from. That doesn't mean that I necessarily agree with it, but I can see where his mentality is.
I also think John Lithgow is a tremendous actor.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can see him doing the Richard Harris style, the quieter moments. I don't know if I can fully see the Michael Gambon extreme moments either. Can he do the badass exit of, you think I'm going to go quietly, clap and leave? Is that a him kind of moment?
Yeah, that's also just one of those things about Dumbledore that I find very interesting, because in the books, he is much more, throughout the entire thing, like Michael Gambon's, but he also still has, no wait, hold on, I'm getting names. Who's the
Richard
first?
Harris?
Yeah.
Richard Harris.
Yeah, he very much has those moments, but then he turns into Michael Gambon just whenever something badass needs to happen. Mm-hmm. I think John Lithgow can ride that line, but also I haven't seen him do many roles that require the other side.
I mean, you've watched Dexter at all?
I haven't. I know he's a serial killer in that.
Okay, too much about John Lithgow now. We have two more pieces of Harry Potter news. The first thing here is Severus Snape. The casting that was rumored and talked before is confirmed. We are getting Papa Asiadu as Severus Snape in Harry Potter, which the one time I'm not fine with a black man being cast as a white character. The one time. Because of the implications here are so completely fucked up.
It's very interesting, and I don't know if the writers...
First off, he's hot. It's a problem. Like, actually genuinely a problem for Snape. Yeah, I'm not joking on that.
Yeah, Snape shouldn't necessarily be a, like, good-looking person. It should make sense why, like, why he feels like that.
He's an incel!
Yeah. This kind of feels to me that, like, they didn't quite fully think through their decision.
He might have done an amazing audition. Like,
he probably could have.
Did
I wouldn't be surprised.
But also, you want to have James Potter now hanging this man in a tree?
Yeah, I don't think they fully thought that through. And like,
you want to have Harry with no evidence whatsoever, always thinking he's the one who's sketch? What?
Yeah, it's just like I don't trust that Snape. It's just like, Harry, you can't say that.
Also, he's the one who's constantly hitting the kids and stuff. This is all really messed up.
Yeah, it kind of screams to me they either didn't fully think it through, or they're going to drastically change.
Or they did, and it's J.K. Rowling.
That too wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Nay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a nay because, like, I remember when it first was rumored, I was like, maybe this could lead to something different. But just
We
like,
had the same discussions a year ago. At this
yeah,
point,
but like sitting on it and like thinking through it now, I'm just like,
it's only bad.
I can't really see any other way this is not going to end great. But to be fair, I'm also not gonna watch this.
Next up, right? The nay on all this shit.
Yeah,
Let's go to Bond news.
Bond.
Dun, dun. Amazon had approached the Broccolis, which is still a funny last name to me, with pitches for a James Bond spin-off series based on Moneypenny. Once it was revealed that Broccoli called the Amazon execs fucking idiots to her friends, Jeff Bezos said, I don't care what it costs, get rid of her. Which is the funniest thing to me, because it's public domain in a few years anyway.
Yeah, so like
fully.
And so like eventually it's not gonna matter. You can make your own things, but then everyone else can just make any James Bond stuff that they want, bro.
So like them protecting the brand, I think is just by Amazon right now is so funny. It's so funny. I love it.
It's not only spite them, but it shows to me that they genuinely care about like James Bond as a whole and don't want it to become just another franchise. Because James Bond gets a new movie like back during the Daniel Craig era once every 3 to 5 years, sometimes even longer. Like they clearly understand this is not something that should be like, oh, we gotta pump out a thing every single year. But then Amazon sees James Bond as this IP that's just like, we can milk this for all it's worth, make a money penny show. It's just like, who is asking for that? Literally no one.
Would you watch a Goldfinger show?
Why would I watch a Goldfinger show? I would watch
Star Wars news, Josh.
Oh boy, the hits just keep on coming.
You like Star Wars sometimes?
Depends.
You like Empire Strikes Back, right?
Yeah, that's
actually
a good one.
I'm gonna say some good things. You like Andor?
Yep.
You like Last Jedi?
Yep.
Force Awakens?
Yeah.
You like Mandalorian season 1 and a half of 2? Or
I'd say just about like all of 2, yeah.
Cool. Then I have good news for you, buddy.
Oh boy.
I'm kidding. I have bad news for you, buddy. Kathleen Kennedy plans to retire by the end of 2025.
Interesting.
No word on who will replace her as president of Lucasfilm.
It's gonna be Dave Filoni, and I'm gonna cry.
Every reply is cheering.
My God.
Everyone's like, "Yeah, get her out of here." I was like, first off, people who are replying that, you enjoyed everything she's made besides the sequels. Every single thing. You're all like, we're like, yeah, we love Rebels and Clone Wars and Mandalorian and Ahsoka. I'm like, that's all her.
She's been an active part of Star Wars for a long time, guys. And also, I need you to understand this. She was Spielberg's buddy and produced his movies for a very long time. She knows what she's doing.
She was handpicked by Lucas for this.
Yeah, like she knows what she's doing. She's been working in Hollywood for decades, and like whether you like the sequels or not, that shouldn't matter. She's like a good producer, and like yeah, like every producer, she will sometimes make bad things, but that happens. But like it's clear she wants to make good things as well.
Since she has come on board, Star Wars has over, I think, tripled its worth entirely, and she has done only good things to the brand as a whole. It's the fans who made it worse. But also, Kathleen Kennedy says she is not retiring, but has been looking for an eventual successor plan for a new leader of Lucasfilm. Quote, "We'll probably make an announcement months or a year out, and I have every intention of sticking around to help that person be successful." That's from Deadline. Which makes sense. That's how it kind of thing usually goes. But, I don't watch Star Wars much. Blatantly out of the gate, I don't watch Star Wars much. But what I've enjoyed the movies overall. I think my mental health is just avoiding discourse is probably. I could probably enjoy their shows and stuff and just ignore the discourse and be fine.
Oh yeah.
But I hate fandom in general, I think. Which is why we interact with it all the time.
The fandom is truly the worst. It's just like you can never make them happy no matter what it is you do. They will find something to get pissed about. But if you talk to normal people about Star Wars, they're generally pretty sane about that kind of stuff. But I also know people that are on the terrible side of it. And like no matter how often, I don't want to get into these conversations with them, but like if I get into a conversation about the sequels, they are a wall. You cannot say anything to change their mind. They will just shoot down anything you say, no matter how much evidence or whatever you throw at them. They'll be just like, it sucks. It's just like they have these weird ass walls with these movies, and
they're prequel lovers.
They're prequel lovers.
I think,
and they hate.
In 10 years, I think the next generation will be like, the sequels are so good though, and like the kids who grew up with that will grow up and say these are great. It's what always happens with this kind of thing. It's just a nostalgia. That's all it is.
Yeah, and it's also funny talking to these people saying, like, I've always loved the prequels. I'm like, I can guarantee you did not actually love these. It's just your nostalgia, because, like, I've seen many a media and grew up during the time when the prequels were hated. Everyone hated them. And if you liked them, you only...
I love them at 8 years old. That's fine. I'll say I love them at like 8 years old, 7 years old or something.
I didn't see them until middle school, so, like, I'm also on the
Oh,
outside of it. Even at 11 years old, I was just like, these are really boring. I could never follow the plots to them, and it just never kept me engaged.
the plots themselves are weirdly more adult for the actual stories they're telling. Like it's the whole idea about the politics and trade routes and stuff is to me is the most compelling part of it, which is really sad because the characters are so dumb and bland.
And we probably talked about this last year, but when I saw episode 1 and I was actually trying to dissect the plot, it doesn't actually kick in until the last like 20 minutes. Until then, it's just a bunch of meandering. And then once the 20 minutes kick in and you learn the actual plan and reasons for it, I'm just like, oh, man, it would have been nice to know that at the beginning.
Insiders are saying the two top choices right now are Kevin Feige and Dave Filoni. If Kevin Feige moved from Marvel to Star Wars, it'd be so funny, though.
I don't think Feige would do that. I just don't think he would. Dave Filoni, I don't want. Not because I don't think that he, like... It's not that he doesn't care. He cares about Star Wars very clearly, but I don't think that he fundamentally understands what to do like with it, because everything he's done has just been more so to either extend his own stuff or to nostalgia bait for whatever reason. And again, I could be very wrong. He could want to actually like bring it to new places. From what I've seen, I don't think that would be the case, but who knows?
Now, we have to move on. We still have more news to cover, unfortunately. But this is fun overall. We have Disney news here, and that's the Tiana TV show has been canceled.
Wow,
which really sucks. That was Josh. Don't be racist.
No, I'm saying it's a shock that Disney canceling a Black-led show. Never heard of them doing that before.
It was an animated series being on for Disney Plus. It was scrapped and never will be released anywhere. It was already in production.
Sounds about right.
This feels like these tax breaks keep happening too. This might end up that kind of thing scenario as well. Bad. Nay. Bring it out. We've had one black princess ever.
Disney's just like, yeah, one's enough. We don't need more.
What a company. But on the back of that, we have Coco 2 announced.
Where can you go? Coco's not a story.
More dead people.
I mean, sure, I guess. But at the same time, I'm like, what else can you do with this?
I think the idea of the service is fine. Because if you have a good story, sure. I like the first movie enough. But I don't have any idea of a sequel in my head.
Yeah, I don't know what the story would be, but like I'm at least down for seeing more of that world because I just think it's so beautiful and creative.
Miguel is a cute kid.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. It's not my favorite Pixar film, but it's kind of fun. Disney, Marvel. We have Marvel news now.
Oh boy.
Are you a fan of the Punisher character?
He's neat. He's interesting.
Are you a fan of him the way that cops are a fan of him?
No, and I'm happy the show is actually addressing this.
You know, that's one reason Bernthal first joined. Is he's like, I love how much military and cops love this character or something like that. I'm like, oh.
No,
he's
against it.
I know originally.
Oh, okay.
But I know when he first looked at it, like, these are interesting how he loves the respect the character gets. And he's like, oh, this is not the vibe.
He's just like, you guys should not be like, no, don't stop.
So we're getting a Punisher special in the works. Like one of those, finally our next special presentation will happen. And it's going to be, instead of, we had Guardians, we had Werewolf by Night, and now Punisher.
It's very interesting that they don't want to give him a show or movie. I kind of get it, though, because if you give Punisher his own thing like that, because the first 2 seasons of the show were very controversial just because, like, there's just poor timing for a lot of different reasons with that. So, like, I can understand it a bit, but what gets me excited about this is that Bernthal is actually co-writing it. So that actually makes me very curious to see, like, what story it is that he's got cooking up for it.
Yeah, he's very excited for this overall. I had to skip through, like, 10 tweets or 10 different pages about notes about him. I'm like, I can't do this right now. Yay, I guess. I haven't watched Punisher show ever. I liked him in Daredevil season 2. There we go. But we got news about Sadie Sink.
Oh, yeah, this one's interesting.
And the rumor was that she'd be playing not Mary Jane Watson. Nope. The rumor was that she'd be playing Jean Grey in the X-Men. And I'm down with that, actually. But then people are saying, guys, what if she's Mary Jane? Like, we already have an MJ. Her last name's also Watson. What do you mean?
People, just say you're racist, man. Like, what? I don't know what else to say at this point.
This top reply says she'll be playing Uncle Ben. That's so funny. but she'll be cast in Spider-Man 4 now, which is in theaters July 31st of next year, according to Deadline. And then there was an interviewer who brought up the Jean Grey rumor to her and said, "This is news to me. The rumors are really cool, though. It's a great character, so that's cool. It's cool to read." And then I watched the interview clip, and she actually does seem like, who knows? Maybe, you never know. And
it's a typical Marvel thing of just like, I've never heard of this person in my life. Who are they?
No, she was very much like, that's a really cool character. It's really, and she seemed a little giddy by the idea of that. The interview seemed to me very much like the Andrew Garfield. I'm not the werewolf. It's not me. You know, it was the same exact vibe. So if she is Jean Grey, and if she's first coming in Spider-Man 4, weird.
It's very interesting because I fully believe that they're not going to introduce the X-Men until after Secret Wars at this point.
Unless they introduce them in Secret Wars, and we have the cast announced to it.
That'd be so much. That'd be so much. Aside from that, I'm down for her. If Jean is who she is, I'm down for that. I think that Sadie is a fantastic actress, and I want to see her do a lot more. And I think that she's at this...
She could be Gwen.
She could be, but Zendaya is also, this is my thought process, Zendaya is also in this movies, and it feels weird to have...
He's engaged to.
Yeah, it feels weird to have them together in a movie still and have them not be together by the end, and I don't know how I would feel about a love triangle thing happening, but who knows? We'll find out who she is at some point, but it's also the kind of casting that she's so big right now that it feels weird that she would be someone that would not be a major character at some point.
She had dyed hair and became Black Cat. You think she would do well at that?
Yeah,
sure. If she could act, sure. People think she's younger than she is because was in Stranger Things for so long and playing a teenager.
Yeah,
but she's in her 20s. She's like our age.
Yeah,
which is crazy because this show's been on for 10 years. Sure, yay on all this, whatever, yay. Yeah. Let's move on though to our Thunderbolts teaser, which is inspired by A24 movies apparently.
It's
a good teaser.
It's a good teaser, but I'm so curious as to like
so
where is this coming from, and like why with Thunderbolts? This is so random.
Well, because that teaser was counting to the Oscars. Is the idea? I think. It's like, hey, we're a movie too. Look, guys, we're an actual movie. We're not like the other ones. We're a movie. Like we're a film.
And it is also very funny when I see like the cinematographer of The Green Knight and I see this very just bland looking gray mesh of a movie. I'm just like, you shouldn't have done that, guys. But I mean, like,
sure,
I'm excited for Thunderbolts as a whole. Like, it looks like it's going to be fun.
Also, it was confirmed they are calling it Valve's Watchtower. So I was right about being the Watchtower as well. They even use the word, so I'm hyped about that. We got some Sentry in here, some interesting things to the Voids coming soon, hopefully. But anyway, yeah, sure, why not? This is funny. It made me laugh when I saw this teaser.
Yeah.
We're going to go through a few things. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds of DC news quickly. We're going to run through these. And then I know it's been already an hour in this episode. I'm so sorry. But I think everything I picked here was actually important to talk about. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I skimmed last night for an hour through things, like figure out what we can talk about. And there was a lot like, okay, skip that. But this, like, DC has some news.
Good news or bad news?
Both.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about their goal. They have a mission plan, Josh.
Ooh.
A goal to release 7 projects a year.
Okay, it's a lot.
2 live-action films, 1 animated film, 2 live-action shows, and 2 animated shows. No.
Interesting.
You seen Marvel right now? They had to dial it back again.
Yeah, but I think the difference is that I don't think that, at least in the live action shows, they're going for the budgets that Marvel is going for, and they're going to be actual shows. Because I think that Gunn has been behind enough of this to understand how it works. And I don't think that this is like a very, like what Disney was doing, where it's just like, oh, we're going to have like all these shows of these characters, and Marvel's just like, we're doing what now? It feels very intentional.
The animated shows in general are not all the same universe stuff. Like Creature Commandos was, but the 2 shows I'm going to talk about later, like, are not part of the same universe very clearly. So that's probably part of it as well.
Yeah, and I think that it's going to be a case of, like, Gunn will give more people a lot more free reign of stuff unless it's a very specific thing, like Superman or Batman. I think when it's those, I think you have to be much more careful of. But something like Creature Commandos, if he doesn't do the 2nd season, I'm pretty sure he'll be like, have at it, have fun with it.
It'll probably be mostly the approval of the script, and then if you're using a character, like, run it by him first and see how that's being done, because it might affect other things, and that's it.
Yeah, because Marvel is very tight-knit with that stuff. It's just like, well, no, this character has to, like, survive because they're going to do this, and it has to tie into this story and that story, and it already seems like Gunn's just
Which is fine.
Yeah, it seems like Gunn is just like, we might use them at some point, so, like, you can keep them alive if you want, but, like, they're not super integral right now.
Let's talk about one of the first pieces of news, though, about the DC universe now, and that's that James Gunn confirms we're getting a Teen Titans movie. It's in the works right now. And
Interesting.
Ava Nogueira, who wrote Supergirl One of Tomorrow, is developing the script for it. Which
Ooh, okay.
we've not seen that yet, so we can't really talk on it much with that. But I like he's seen a script from the current DC universe and says, I like the style, like this writer, let's work with him again. That's dope.
Yeah.
Let me do it. Let me direct this one. Give me the Titans, please. I'll make Dick so cool.
That is already making an interesting picture for their Batman, because that means that he'll have a Robin, which makes me happy. Batman's finally going to have Robin.
We knew that.
We did?
That was a plan for the... Yeah, that was... The whole pitch of the new Brave and the Bold movie is his son, Damian.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
And the whole we're already gonna have the whole Bat family, apparently.
Okay. Interesting.
So, if it's Teen Titans... Oh, the picture they're using this was just the Nightwing and Wally and Starfire and stuff, but I really want the classic lineup. Give me Aqualad, give me Robin and Wally, and like make it very classic. I like the idea of that, but we'll see. Whatever happens, I'm down with. Don't make it like the Titan show, please. Where you just every character, throw them all in, have no plot, just characters. Let's go. Cool costumes.
Every time someone brings up the Titan show, I get flashbacks to Nam with it. It's
I'm just mad. How do you write 13 episodes, film 12, and air 11?
That was one of the weirdest things I had ever heard in my life.
Oh, God. But the Titans movie will be announced. I'm fine. I like Teen Titans a lot. And not the cartoon Teen Titans. Give me an authentic Teen Titans, please. I don't want Starfire to have star bolts. No, let her shoot lava flames out of her hands, please. Like the Titan showed her powers correctly, at least. Like that. Yay, Titans! Now, Josh, you like Green Lantern. Enough, right?
Yeah, he seems chill.
You haven't seen many Lantern stuff besides the movie, I'm guessing, still.
The movie and the game and the tie-in game.
We have Lantern's TV show news. We had a few casting. We had the I think Aaron Johnson. No, that's not his name. What's Aaron Pierre?
Yeah,
Aaron Pierre was playing Jon Stewart. His character's mom was cast. I don't know who that was. I just wouldn't put that was also cast. But I'm talking today about Jason Ritter is cast in this show, which I just want to talk about because there's no role announced for it. We have Dipper Pines in this from Gravity Falls. What are you doing here, Dipper?
IMDb has him listed as Billy Macon. Yeah, he's Billy Macon, and then Garrett Dillahunt is William Macon.
It might be an OC, like original character here.
I have no idea.
Nothing. Nothing I can find about in terms of like everything's supposed to be about Jason Ritter being cast. Oh, he's a good-looking charmer who does his father's bidding. That's all I found so far. That's it. Okay. But sure, and then we also got our first look as well at both the lanterns of John Howell, and it's like two guys in jackets walking down the street. Like, cool.
It's
the most lame lanterns first look I could ever be given. But if you do zoom in, though, we get to see Howell's ring, which is very clearly a different ring than Guy has in Superman. Which that threw me off a bit.
Is that not a thing? Like, are rings not? Do
not
all
normally.
the rings? Okay, interesting.
They're usually like the same ring.
I mean, it could just be like that's like a minor thing that that Gunn was just like, this doesn't really have that big of an importance. So like, if they want to have a different design, sure, that's fine.
Maybe the rings had an update and Guy got the newer model or something.
They saw his bowl cut and they were just like, get him one of the ones from the bucket.
Owa had an iOS update. But sure. I mean, I do think this sells me on Hal actually a little bit more. I don't know how it did, but he looks a bit more like it can work a little bit more. I'm still not super on board with his casting for it. I think it's still way too over the part. I like Hal to be a long-term character. It won't happen probably, but I like Aaron Pierre as this.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, I've always been down for Kyle Chandler as Hal, like whatever direction they take it, because I just like him as an actor. And then same with Aaron, like I think he's gonna kill it as Jon Stewart.
Have you seen Rebel Ridge?
Yes, I'm the one that told you to watch it.
I've been told by 1,000 people. Okay, not just you, bitch. Is it good overall?
Oh, it's great. Like once he got cast as him, I was just like, yep, I'm down for this. Very down for this.
Now we also have Green Lantern TV news. Other TV, I guess that was our TV news. Animated TV show news. We're getting a show called My Adventures with Green Lantern, like the Superman show, following Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern, she's one of the ones of Earth, of course, because they're all of Earth in these universes, who has her life upended with a power ring falls from the sky. Which, if we get a whole bunch of these My Adventures with shows, I'm pretty down with it.
I'm down with it. I love the direction of My Adventures with Superman.
It's very fun. So, yay. And Jessica needs more star power. I'd love that. She has a cool lantern.
I don't know who that is.
I'm going to show you her design because it's kind of cool. You like badass characters?
Of course.
Look at that. And you can see on
Dope.
And you can see like, over her face, she has like a lantern logo appears in light over her eye.
Ooh.
It's really cool. Which I think I was like, the lanterns have small design changes. I think it's pretty cool, like in their uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
But also the first logo for the new Starfire show, which it'll be an origin story for the character. Now this one I don't know if this one is a canon one for the Teen Titans because of the DC universe or not. We don't have no idea. The logo is just a kind of pink fire logo. Okay, kind of looks furry.
And this is animated?
Yes.
Okay.
But like how Creature Commandos was, it could still be a tie into the Greater Universe now. Because we also have a Teen Titans show announced. That's a movie, I mean. So we don't know if it's gonna be the same Starfire or anything.
I think because it has the DC Studios logo, I think that means it'll be canon.
So does everything now.
It does?
My Adventures with also has. Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm. On the new My Adventures with Lantern show, I can also send it to you as well and see the logo. But it also has it now. They are not separating anything. So the studios literally just means that's the company making it.
Huh. Interesting.
Here's the new logo for Lantern. But yeah, overall though, sure. I can't judge a logo. I want to see the actual content from it still.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the Batman 2.
Woo!
Disappointing news.
No!
And it's not another delay, I don't think. But Robert Pattinson says he only has a vague idea of the script so far for Batman 2.
Great.
Which is worrisome. But he also said he's very lucky to have been cast as Batman. He said, I never auditioned and I never played a superhero before. 2 to 3 years before I got that part, I started thinking about it when I really had no chance of playing Batman. It was like an alignment of plans. So he was really happy to have this part. And he was now saying he's really happy to play Batman. But he also said recently that, when he got cast, he was a young Batman. Now he hopes he can do Batman 2 before he's an old Batman. I'm like, yeah, I agree. A little bit of shade here, but he also apparently wants to be in the DCU. I've heard that the other day too. And that's not his call, of course, but I still want the idea to happen. I know you're against it still. We talked about that. But what are your thoughts on him having no idea of the script so far?
I don't know how to feel about it because, I trust Matt Reeves as a filmmaker and as a writer, but it's very weird to me that there still isn't a script. So that means that either he's just having a hard time figuring out a great idea for it, or it could feed into the rumors that, initially it wasn't going to be in the DCU, but now it might be, and he's trying to make it work into that. Again, I want to feed into those rumors because I have no idea, obviously. But, I'll trust whatever the process is. And, again, I've never been against Pattinson as the DC Universe's Batman. I'm not against that. I just don't think that his world necessarily fits into the greater DC Universe as a whole. It feels much more grounded in reality like Nolan's was. That's just my take. But if Robert Pattinson does become the DC Universe's Batman, I'm fine with that. I think he's a great Batman. I love his Batman.
Now, second last piece of news here, I'll talk about DC again, but it's developmental issues here for other things.
Great.
Waller still has not cracked the scripts yet. Booster Gold, Schroeder almost joined but lost interest. The Authority, script had a harder time coming along. These are all things that have been announced a while ago too, and nothing really made any headway on them. I will say they're not rushing these projects, it looks like. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I like that they're being much more open about, the status of stuff, and they're being we're working on it, but, it's just not coming together yet. We're hoping that it does. I like they're being much more upfront, and then you have Marvel being we have another director for Blade. It's just this is your 17th director. This is your 17th director for Blade, guys. Can we get some kind of actual update on the status of it? So I like that they're being much more upfront with things.
I'm going to end all this with positive news today. Warner Bros. Is in talks to sell Coyote vs. Acme to Ketchup Entertainment for $50 million. The distributor recently released The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Because of how much that movie is doing with fans and reception and everything. And even though it's not being a huge success, it is extending its theatrical run right now.
It
was going to end on this past. It was going to end yesterday, but now it's going to end. We have at least another week or two. Meaning it's doing well enough to keep going, which is giving one of us hope that maybe people want more Looney Tunes. Let's maybe release this movie. I'm like, yeah.
Who would have thought that people like the Looney Tunes?
These 40-year-old dads that love this shit. And us.
It's so bizarre. They're just David Zaslav's clear hatred of the Looney Tunes, and Warner Brothers, for the last 3 decades, not knowing what to do with them when the solution is just make more Looney Tunes cartoons. Like, it's that simple, guys. The Day the Earth Blew Up shows you can make a fully animated Looney Tunes cartoon movie and have it be really good. Like, you don't need to make it like live action hybrid stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm very excited for Coyote vs. Acme because that's an actual great premise.
If we get it, hopefully, please.
Yeah, like, I want that movie so bad because I love the idea of that. I think that's a great idea.
Also, it's very funny to me when you shelve this movie like this, when you see how well Hundreds of Beavers is doing.
Yeah, like, you don't need to have a giant budget for a movie to be successful, guys. It's so strange.
You know, at the same time, they also removed all Looney Tunes from Max.
I don't get them. I really don't get them. And apparently this is part of Warner Brothers' push of, like, no stuff just for kids. It can only be for families or adults. I'm like, this is why the children are going to suffer in the future, because there's just nothing that's specifically for them. And also, Looney Tunes perfectly fits in the family stuff. Like, I don't get it.
But overall, this is a good positive thing and positive news for this.
Yes.
Now, an hour and 18 minutes of recording. Let's talk about our movie. I'm going to skip today's super weird story now. We're trashing that today. I'll save it for next time, even though it's pretty short. But let's go ahead, Josh, and move topics here to Mickey fucking 17, a movie I loved. I love this movie so much. I thought it was amazing. I know some people didn't like it, but I loved it. What are your thoughts?
It was great. I saw it again this past weekend, and it definitely hit a lot stronger for me the second time. It's still not my favorite of Bong Joon-ho's movies, but still very good.
I've seen so far The Host, Parasite, and this. Same with you?
I've seen The Host, Parasite, Snowpiercer, and Okja, and this. There's a few of his Korean movies I need to see. I think Memories of a Murder is still one I need to see.
That's what I'm thinking about, too. Josh, what happened? Without spoiling the movie, what happened to the story?
So, you know Robert Pattinson? You
No.
Oh, well, damn, that sucks. But
Go on.
Do you like people that do weird voices?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Robert Pattinson is in this, and he's got a weird voice. And there's also more than one of him. So for all of you Twilight fans out there that always wanted more Pattinson, boy howdy do you get it here. They send my boy up into space, and they're just like, hey, we could print more of you, but to do so...
And make him do the Challenger scene.
Yep, but to do so, you gotta die. But hey, we'll print you out again. You're all good to go, buddy. But of course, shenanigans happen, and there's more than one of him, which is a big no-no in this world, and just hijinks ensue, crazy voices, Challenger scenes abode, great time, love cinema.
Love cinema. We have mentioned also Mark Ruffalo as Donald Trump in this movie.
It is so 100% that, and I love how much fun he's having with it. It's great.
There's even the red hats for supporters.
I love that Bong Joon-ho saw how a lot of people just didn't understand Parasite, despite how clear that movie was. It was just like, all right, I have to make it much more obvious to them so they get what's happening. But honestly, I think it adds to the comedy.
This is shot in like 2021, though. So they thought at the time it was underplayed. Or overplayed. Mark was like, this might be a bit too over the top, guys. Come on. And then now he's like, this might be a little too under, guys. This is not subtle. This is too subtle now. Also, Toni Collette, hilarious.
I love God.
Uncomfortable the whole time.
So funny. I love her. God. She's great.
She's so funny in general.
Oh yeah.
Like Knives Out. Oh God.
So good.
But in this movie, Robert Pattinson, he needs to do more voice acting in general.
The boy in the heron, you cannot tell it's him. It's genuinely incredible.
I'm on board with almost every decision this movie makes.
Yeah.
And I think that the more I think about it, the more I like the movie. I have a friend who read the book and loved it and hated the movie because it's completely different. Like, almost every part of it's different. I'm like, oh, interesting. I had no idea about that. And I actually, if you love a book and hate it because it's how different it is, I actually respect that. I'm fine with that all the time. If you want an adaptation, I'm usually fine with that.
From what because I think the book came out like right as they were starting to develop the movie, so I think it was a very similar case to like the Kick-Ass comic and movie.
Okay.
Where like those both were coming out kind of around the same time, so like they took the basic premise, but they both went in very different directions.
Generally speaking, this was a movie that I think was refreshing.
Yeah.
From a cinema perspective, not just like not as commentary, but like the movie itself. The story was more unique for us that we haven't seen in a while. And we've seen the like clones and stuff like that done before, but like the way it was done, I think was really fun.
Yeah.
And the use of them was really fun. The reason they exist is really fun. And I really, really, really love the way this is shot, the way this is approached, the actual like design of everything,
Mm-hmm.
the very mechanical industrial approach to the ship.
Yeah.
Like it's not the Axiom from Wall-E.
Yeah.
The Voyager going on is you're gonna wear jumpsuits every day and you can't fuck. Oh, and there's no entertainment, and
the only
there's
entertainment you get is a talk show hosted by Trump. You're welcome.
What if Jimmy Fallon was a dick? And he just, I mean, I don't know, he might be unreal. I don't know him, but in general, what's Jimmy Fallon tonight? But also, it's Trump, and he's hitting a rock. That's what he's doing with the camera guy who's in love with him.
It's great. I love it.
So let's talk about performances. What was the standout for you overall? Is it Robert Pattinson?
I mean, he's great.
He's great. He's great.
The multiples of him. I love the subtle differences between the two versions, but like you could still tell it's the same one.
Subtle.
Okay, not as subtle. There's very clear differences, but you can tell that
One's murderous.
One is a little bit more psychotic than the other, but it's so great. But I love that it's not like a total 180 of the other version. You could still tell it is that same person. It's not exactly easy to do that. So I really enjoyed that. I think, yeah, like Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette like kind of steal the show whenever they show up. Like they're
so
great.
Good. Mark Ruffalo's an amazing actor, a great comedic actor. Him and Poor Things is so funny.
Yeah.
Even like he has moments in like Age of Ultron when I make a murder bot, like the lines his line deliveries are so funny, and I think he doesn't get enough credit for his comedic chops in general.
Yeah.
And in this, it really proved that you can be really, really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's also talk about Steven Yeun, who does nothing in this movie.
Yeah, that's like the one like area that I'm like, we could have done more with this, or we could have kind of cut it. He's more so there to kind of basically set the plot in motion to get them onto the ship, but then it doesn't really come back until near the end, and even then it's like not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Part of me is just like, you didn't necessarily need to have this there for it to happen, and if you did, you should have made him a bigger character for it to, I don't know, matter in the bigger picture of it all. I mean, I still liked him in it, but I feel like they could have done more with him.
And then let's talk about Naomi Aki as Nasha.
She was
who
great.
also was leading Blink Twice.
Yeah.
Which is a very different role.
Yep.
For her, for sure. She's also in I Want to Dance and Star Wars, the worst one. Am I wrong?
That's the rest of the sequels, yeah.
It might be the worst one to me in general. I don't know. It's up there.
No. What? No. It's
You're
not.
a fan of Menace Hater for sure.
That's just a poorly made movie through and through.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I don't like it. For me, they're both bad. Anyway, that's not the point of this video right now. I'm going to talk about the episode. I think Nasha was phenomenal. Her character being as horny as she was, is so funny to me because we don't get enough aggressive, horny people on the screen like, in a non-abusive way.
Yeah.
People who I think this movie is like a genuinely like a very pro-sex movie.
Yeah.
Which is cool because I feel like we're in a more Puritan time right now in general.
Which is so strange.
It's very weird, especially with younger people. Like Gen Z, other people our age and younger, are like, I'm tired of seeing sex on screen. Like, it's just normal life. People do that every day.
It's
so
weird
that not just be, you don't want to hear movies? You could imply it. Why do we have to? I'm not saying like it's like, oh, we're so horny for porn. I'm just saying like, it's part of life in cinema. Like, it makes sense to have it. It's weird how Puritan we're getting at this point again for some things.
Yeah.
But the level of having Bong Joon-ho say, no, F that. We're going to have fucking. We're going to have Trump. We're going to have a ship full of Robert Pattinsons, and they're going to fuck. Sort of. It's very funny. I really like the movie overall. I like that they took my complaints with the Loki fucking stuff and said, no. We're improving upon that. Don't worry. We got Nasha here. Overall, really fun time. And the creepers, I loved from the beginning.
Yeah.
I love the saving him thing, which isn't a spoiler. You see it very early on. What actually happened there is very cool.
Yeah.
And you want to do some spoiler talk? Because it's hard to not spoil this movie too much.
I think we could probably do spoilers. It's been out for like a couple weeks now.
If you haven't seen the movie, skip to the end to hear where you can find the line, because we're not going to do a super weird story today. But also, thanks for listening. If you listen this far, we're really happy to have you. Josh, let's talk about the fucking creepers. The bluffing at the end made me so happy.
I love it. It's great.
It's a big bluff. Also, I know I was not expecting this much animal abuse in this movie.
Because Bong Joon-ho, I'm pretty sure, is a very big like animal activist. Like that was kind of the entire point of Okja, was to point out a lot of like that stuff happening in the food industry. So he's been very outspoken about that stuff.
I mean,
and
even the host about pollution, about hurting the environment
Yeah.
and stuff, and yeah.
the man has never been subtle about the things that he makes. Like, and this is no exception to that.
Parasite. Oh, poor people are the villains. No,
It's like
that's not the plot of the movie.
it's just like yes, clearly the good guys are the rich people. Clearly.
I've seen that take numerous times though.
Oh, I'm aware. I've still seen takes of like Oppenheimer's about how making nukes was a good thing.
What?
I've seen people with those takes. I'm just like, how can you interpret that in any way, shape, or form? But apparently people can, because media literacy is in the toilet.
Oppenheimer is not praising the man Oppenheimer. But this movie, I think, let's talk about some fun things. So we have our expendables here, people whose job it is to die, tested how they died. Can humans survive there? What will be happening to humans? And then get remade again. Crazy concept.
Oh,
An
yeah.
interesting ethical loophole. We're not on Earth. Like, that's so funny to me.
It's so funny.
And guys, we promise we'll kill all multiples. We promise. Just trust us. And then why would you trust that? Of course, one of them does die in the end of this, and in a way that makes sense. Through assassination.
Of course.
Through the Legend of Korra Amon method.
Yep.
Sorry, spoilers for Korra, but it's not for 10 years at this point. But yeah, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best moment in the movie for you?
Man, that's a tough one.
Or a standout moment in general?
A standout moment. Oh man, there's so many great moments in this. I think the quote unquote challenger scene, I think, is just really funny. Of just that whole
It's
thing.
really funny. Oh, what's her name? Who's the other girl? Not Nasha. Is it Abby?
Hold on.
What letterbox now? I have a cast up right here. Kai.
Yeah.
Kai is so funny to me. Okay, I get one. You get one. So funny. I love, and the logic of that is like that's kind of sound, but really fucked up.
Yeah, the scene before that scene, the dinner scene, I think it's the funniest scene in the movie. I think the escalation of that whole dinner was fantastic.
The vomiting with the filming and like we gotta catch this. We got science. Oh, I'm so sorry. This steak. And finding out he was there to test if the meat was working right.
Yeah,
That's so messed up.
When Mark Ruffalo was going to shoot him in the head on the carpet, and Toni Collette was just like, "No, don't shoot him!" And he's just like, "But it's just not the fastest way." She's like, "It's going to put a hole in the rug." I just thought, so great.
This is the Persian rug. I'm like, okay, why is it here? Also, I'm like, because I'm in the scene, I kept thinking, why does this meat look so raw? And then I realized, oh, he has to test it for how it is.
Yeah.
But before you cook it. But also, I think you should test it for a cooked, because that would act human, because you're not going to eat raw meat at this people. It makes me a little bit pink. I thought that was a really interesting scene for sure. And the death of Kai's friend or lover, maybe unclear there.
Little unclear.
In the cave is so messed up and so sad and sudden, but it prompts the whole movie.
It does. And this is also just what I love about Bong Joon-ho, like, of just how not subtle he is, because they find the creepers in the cave, like, they haven't even done anything, and they just see, like, a weird looking thing. They start shooting at them, and instantly the logic of everyone's just like, they eat flesh, they're after humans, we need to eradicate them. It's just like, we've been on this planet for 2 seconds, like, what are you talking about?
It's like, I saw a squirrel, murder it. They do look creepy by human standards.
They do. But I love Nasha's line at the end when Trump is just like, we need to eradicate this alien force.
Trump, what's his actual name? Hold on, we should know. They said it a lot.
They've said it a lot. Kenneth Marshall.
Yeah.
When he's like, we need to eradicate this alien force, and Nasha's just like, we are the aliens, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, that was great. I love that so because it's true. There's also there's a lot of colonization messages here too, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Also, when they actually had spring and ice started melting, you could see some grass. Like, oh, this was just winter.
Yeah.
That was unclear at the beginning. Like, you want to settle here and make farmland here? This is all frozen, bud. And the idea of bringing Kai to the dinner and just saying, "You will be one of our fine breeders.
You're a perfect specimen."
And it's like, am I just a uterus to you? And it's like, Toni Collette's like, no, don't worry. And the whispers back and forth between Toni Collette's character and Kenneth Marshall, so funny. And why is his mouth always open like that? It's so fucking great. Also, this is the coziest I've ever been during a podcast. I feel so good right now. Nice chair. Also, Pigeon Man. What's with that?
I I don't know.
N-
I haven't been able to figure it out.
There's a man in a pigeon mascot costume the entire movie, like a uniform. And my guess is that they are like flying out to new land, and then he's like a mascot for the journey. But he also might be like he might be a mascot like a morale, like a cheerleader kind of thing for everyone.
I guess I'm just more interested as to why it's a pigeon. Out of all like kind of
no goddamn sense.
Like that's like the one symbolism that I don't understand, and it's
pigeons aren't wild animals. They can't survive in the wild. They're domesticated birds. We just let go. That might be something to do with that.
I don't know.
Like if you see a pigeon, you only see them in cities because they cannot survive in the wild. They have literally house pets. You throw out to leave there and let them breed wildly. So it's probably something to do with that. Just later stuff, I'm sure I could probably, if I thought about it more, I could probably dissect it more. But I don't really. I think it's just the fact that it's never addressed in any way is very funny.
Yeah, and even still at the end, like he still wears it. I think is really funny.
Yeah, I love they also approach the ethical dilemma and the fact that of the cloning a human being and the soul and everything like that is fascinating. And there's a great line in this where I thought you were fine with being destroyed and created over again. Yeah, but now you're here. So like if before when I was dying, I was the one coming back. And now, since you're here and I die now, you're the one coming back next, not me.
Yeah.
Because it became separate beings in there. That's crazy. They went from being clones to like twins instead. And that's fascinating.
I love when they were fighting to kill each other, 17 was just like, wait, okay, hold on. How about we do this? I take the odd numbers, you could take the even numbers, and we'll switch it off like that. And I thought that was so funny.
And then it became, later on, that became a good plan for them in their heads for a bit.
Yeah.
And not just like, this is my dream, I have two of you, fantastic, you're all mine. You can't have anyone else, they're mine.
And I love Mickey was just like, you don't think this is weird? She's like, oh, come on, you wouldn't do the same thing if there was two of me. It's like, you know what? I can't fault the logic.
I can't fault the logic, but I don't think I would. Gonna be honest, that's a little bit weird. Yeah, I think the thing is, they were stopped being clones. They literally kind of became twins. They were different enough.
Yeah,
a bit to me. One was a psychopath who wanted to murder everyone, specifically Kenneth Marsh. Good reason.
I love that. And from his logic of wanting to kill him, it sounds more just like he was mad that like he was like not a good host at dinner. Is like how it sounds like why he wanted to kill him, and I think that's so funny.
Also, I like how the last like third of the movie becomes a movie Arrival for a bit.
Yeah,
and I love that. I do think that translator would really have helped Amy Adams.
A little bit, probably would have.
A little bit.
Would have made the plot go by a lot faster.
But what a great movie Arrival is too.
Yeah.
Also, I know we haven't touched on this at all. It isn't like the big topic, but I just want to talk about briefly here. The Monkey is a weird movie, man.
Monkey's a great movie. I loved it.
I love The Monkey. Theo James.
So funny.
Great. Speaking of twins and stuff.
Yeah.
His little tuxedo just tailored to be an adult.
That was so funny. God, I loved seeing Osgood Perkins do like a 180 in tone and style from Long Legs, because like it's legitimately a hilarious movie, like through and through. It's so
a horror
good.
comedy, and it works on both to me.
It's great. The scariest part of the monkey is just the way the monkey looks. Everything else, comedic gold. It's great.
Some of those deaths are a little creepy, though, a little bit.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
There's one particular that Nicole was uncomfortable. Something with bees, a little uncomfortable, but I thought it was hilarious also, and very interesting effect. Anyway, I want to bring up Monkey because I know we haven't talked about it on the podcast yet. I just want to say briefly, very fun movie. It's not for everyone, very clearly. Because the vibe is going to be probably you're either going to love it or hate it. I can tell going into it, but I loved it.
Yeah,
that was my twin tie-in for that. Now, okay, Josh, I have to say that mother creeper. With the becoming the giant hills of creepers,
that was great.
Was also so cool, and it makes me question. They have all these defense mechanisms. What else is out there in this world?
Yeah, I'm really curious, like, because those
are not predators; those are prey.
Yeah, because it stays in this one area through the whole thing, mostly on the ship, and then just like in this little like ice patch like around them. So we don't see the rest of the world. I doubt we'll get any kind of sequel to this, but I'm very curious what other life is on this planet.
Would you read like a tie-in comic to it to see more information? It'd be kind of fun because it's already like a book. So
yeah, and I think my only other, not necessarily complaint, but it's more so just like a nitpick of mine. I would like a stronger, I don't know, just a little bit more information as to just like why this travel is happening and like how do they find these planets. Like it's not something that's at all necessary for the overall film, but it's more so just for me personally. I like having little bits of more information here and there. But again, it doesn't affect the film as a whole.
I always like the general in the future thing of people just like, migration out is always kind of cool to me. And I think that this just was playing the idea of humans tend to migrate and we've explored Earth. Let's go next place.
Yeah.
But on top of that, he seemed like already a kind of discredited politician.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, fuck, I want power somewhere.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, this felt in our modern day very much SpaceX.
Yep.
Very much like, shoot to the moon. We're going to Mars, guys. Follow me. I'm huge. It's great. It's going to be awesome. I hate Donald Trump.
Yeah, same.
Who shot this movie? Who's the cinematographer for this? I'm trying to find it out. Darius Kandi. He also did Okja, Uncut Gems cinematography.
Ooh.
Midnight in Paris, Seven, Panic Room, one of the Alien movies, Alien Resurrection for 97. So it makes sense. Seeing that also did Uncut Gems and Midnight in Paris and stuff, it makes sense a lot.
He's done a lot of great stuff.
The stuff in space is great. When they say take off your glove and then it gets whacked and the hand just flies off, was that purposeful to you, or just want to test the glove stuff and test his skin?
No, they said that can you take your glove off so we can see like what's doing to
right.
what the radiation is doing to your hand, and then it just so happened that something just came flying and cut his hand
and
off.
They laughed at it. The general monotonous just workplace stuff that goes on around this cloning stuff too is so fascinating and a great look at human life and the way we look at treat people and objects.
And I think that it ties back into Bong Joon-ho's stance on when it comes to animal cruelty and stuff, because I saw it as if we got rid of animal testing on animals and could do it on humans, look at how inhumane this shit is, that we that we would put people through. Even if we could make more of ourselves, this is still not a good thing.
It was really also very much felt like X-Men Krakoan era. I don't know if you're familiar with the Krakoa era, which is the last one that just ended, basically. Basically, the X-Men became immortal. All mutants became immortal because they just died, reincarnated. They had cloning machines. They just okay, new body, let's go, new person. So they weren't technically immortal, but they kept things okay, new death, who cares? Let's go again. What I think is it ended with a thing called AXE, which is Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals kind of event.
Oh, okay.
And this giant, gigantuan thing. But okay, this is the same general idea. But here, it's not an ethical thing of just we're going to keep killing ourselves. It's if we die, we're back. And I got that vibe the whole time. But God, I don't have a lot more to say. I just really enjoyed this plot a lot. And I really got behind the characters and the story here. And it's very funny.
It's very
objectively,
funny.
This movie should not be as funny as it is, but it's very funny.
I'm glad that he went for just a pure comedic route, because I would say Parasite is definitely a comedy, but then it takes a big tonal shift in the second half of the movie. But I like that he could show that he just loves to make people laugh too.
I do have a coworker who didn't like the movie much because they are a queer person, and seeing a Trumpified villain this much can hit too close to home, and I get that.
Yeah.
This caricature isn't funny, it becomes painful for you. That's not a good thing.
Yeah. So
if you think right now, we are two cis straight white men and are not currently we're very privileged right now. We recognize that a lot, and in this movie we can find humor and while also having disdain for this character in this movie for Kenneth Marshall. But if you can't find humor in it, I get that. It might not be for you as well.
Yeah.
But if you can, please go see this because it is very funny with it.
Yeah.
And Toni Collette's character was a guy who can't get over. Genius writing.
Great writing.
And the end, when I thought she was actually cloning him,
that was great.
That was phenomenal. Because why wouldn't they have a DNA thing for him too? It makes sense.
And it was one of those things that's just I can fully see him going this route of just this would never end unless they destroy this.
But also on top of that, it was too close to ending the movie. I didn't think what would actually be happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the ending ceremony, the idea of getting a blow-up machine. I like that the council became just Nasha taking over. Never will explain how she became that head that fast or anything, but I don't care. It was fun. I think no more thoughts on the movie really besides just I had a great time. I know for our main topic it was only 30 minutes of talking. We usually would have that be a good amount of time, then less news and decom and then this. But we're changing things up here more, trying to figure out timing of everything and see how it goes. Josh, where can people find you online?
I'm at places. I'm on the Instagrams at Jan_Rudy16, YouTube at Josh Rudolph, Letterboxd Nerd for Film 28, and probably not on Twitter for much longer, just because I don't want to be on there anymore.
We're phasing out of that. We still have it just because it is right now a unfortunately decent news source for a lot of pop culture movie stuff, and I use Blue Sky, I use Threads and stuff, but unfortunately with the advanced search function of Twitter, I can like do from a specific account from this date and time filter latest, and it is really really helpful from certain accounts on Twitter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's my only reason to use it right now. Also, Survivor tweets are very funny.
Yeah.
That's literally it. But you can find me online at Sean.mov, SEANDOTMOV, everywhere online. If you find me online, I'll have that username. If I don't have a username, it's probably not me. That includes Letterboxd, not LinkedIn, Letterboxd, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, I don't know, wherever else I am, Instagram. And you can follow the show on Discord down below. Join in for real-time conversations. We do a Patreon, and we haven't really used it yet. We at some point will, and I think Josh and I might be doing some reaction stuff there at some point soon. So that'd be really fun. We could do, I could make him watch really bad movies, really good movies.
Don't do that to me.
We could do all our DComs as reactions too. That'd be really funny.
We could.
That would be really funny on Patreon, and still have our actual normal DCom minisodes coming out after the fact as well, like about our thoughts and whatever. Yeah, I really think that'd be a fun thing to do. And if you want to have that, we could also have a free tier to make it easier to just, have exclusive conversation and watching that. You can email our show at podgeekspeak@gmail.com. Currently, you can tweet at us with hashtag GeekSpeakPod or at GeekSpeakPod on Twitter. I will be making soon a Threads and Blue Sky and stuff account for us as well. We do have a TikTok. There's like 5 TikToks in there right now. It's again just GeekSpeak Podcast. And have a great day today. Go have fun. Go eat a churro and go listen to Epic the Musical. It's pretty fun. See ya.
Bye.